So, Don't Worry Darling was directed by Olivia Wilde and stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Olivia Wilde, Chris Pine, Gemma Chan, Kiki Lane, Nick Kroll. A whole bunch of people are in this movie. And it's about a couple played by Florence Pugh and Harry Styles who live in this perfect town in the suburbs in the 1950s called Victory, where all the men go to work, all the women stay home and cook and clean and all that, when Florence Pugh realizes something's off about this place, and so she begins diving into this mystery, and then she wonders if there's something really wrong with this town or something wrong with her. So this was one of my most anticipated movies going into 2022. I really dug Olivia Wilde's previous movie, Booksmart, and she was going to go bigger with her next movie, go into this much bigger movie, like where that movie was just a regular high school comedy. This is just clearly a bigger project, evoking movies such as Truman Show, Stepford Wives. It looked like it was going to be a fascinating movie, and then all the controversies came out about this movie, and I'm not going to dive into that by any means, but I don't know if that would really help this movie or destroy this movie, but I'm just going to talk about it as a movie and how I felt. As a movie, oh man, this is just a disaster. Okay, disaster is too strong of a word. It's just a letdown. It's not a terrible movie, but there are a lot of things in this movie that make me want to say it's a terrible movie. So let's start off with the few things I did like in this movie. Florence Pugh was incredible in this movie. She is one of the few actresses who, no matter what the movie, she's really good in the movie. She was really good in Little Women, really good in Midsummer, Fighting with My Family. She was even really good in Black Widow, one of the few bright spots in that movie. Here I thought she was really good. Also, Chris Pine is surprisingly really good in this movie, too. I kind of liked the back and forth that Florence Pugh and Chris Pine had at various points in the movie. We don't get enough of that, though, but I did like the moments they did have. Also, the production design in this movie is incredible. I definitely felt like it was definitely trying to evoke those movies like Truman Show and Stepford Wives, and trying to evoke the 50s as well. That was also really good. I do like a lot of the topics that they do discuss, and I'm going to talk about that a little bit more because I do think that the movie missed out on a lot of opportunities there. And also, there are some decent thrills throughout the movie, some decent sequences towards the end during Florence Pugh's breakdown. I also thought the score was kind of iffy. There are moments where it's like, okay, the score sounds nice, and then there are moments where like, oh, this kind of sounds odd. Why are you doing this? And I guess that kind of leads into the things I don't like about this movie. Oh my god, there were so many things I just hated about this movie. There are so many underdeveloped characters in this movie, and the movie tries to give them moments. Like, Olivia Wilde's character has a few things in this movie, and they just come out of the blue, and they don't really feel resolved. They just feel like they're kind of thrown in there. Also, Gemma Chan has a moment in this movie at a dinner party that honestly just kind of feels thrown in there, and a moment at the end of the movie that is literally thrown in there, and it's never explained, like, why she felt that way, and why she said the things that she'd said, and like what she would do afterwards. It's just kind of thrown in there. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Also, they kind of waste Kiki Lane in this movie. Like, they kind of just throw her to the side, literally. And there's like other characters who come in who don't really do much, and I just felt like that was awful. Instead, we're going to focus a lot of our time on Florence Pugh and Harry Styles. Harry Styles is not good in this movie. Oh man, he was bad. And honestly, I don't blame him. I blame the character that was written, because Shia LaBeouf was supposed to play him at one point. And honestly, this character is so poorly written that I don't think even Shia LaBeouf could have saved him. It was bad. Although when you do find out the twist of the movie, it kind of explains why he's not a good actor. Also, the movie just focuses on a lot of the wrong things, and it focuses on so many things multiple times. How many dream sequences happen is unbelievable. It repeats itself over and over again. And it's like, we get it. We get what's going on. You don't have to keep batting us over the head. We get it. And there are so many moments that, honestly, they are not even answered. They're just kind of just thrown in there, and there's no answer to it. Like, I don't mind if a movie makes us ask questions, but this movie doesn't even want to answer them. It's just kind of random. It's just thrown in there for the sake of the movie, and it's just pointless to me. Also, it's very slow burning. The movie's about 2 hours long, and it definitely felt 2 hours. Plus, I think The Woman King was longer than this, but I didn't feel the length of that movie compared to this. That is bad. And the dialogue is clearly cringy. There are so many lines in this movie that I'm just like, oh, was that really a line? Just stop it. And then the twists and the ending. The twist makes absolutely no sense when you really think about it. It's ridiculous. Man, the twist in this movie is it just does not make any sense when you look back on it and you just realize, wait, if this is happening, why is this happening? Like, if this is the real cause of everything, like, then why did this happen? Like, then why did this happen? Are you going to do this? This doesn't make any sense. And also the actual ending, like the last 30 seconds of this movie, I hated. Like, I really hated. Because, again, the movie doesn't really want to answer anything. And I just felt like it just really was a bad move to just end it that way. I just did not like the ending. And, oh my god, like, there are moments in this movie where I just wanted to scream out, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like, I don't like shouting in the movie theater ever, but honestly, I just wanted to yell out, are you kidding me? Multiple times. Especially in the last third, when everything is revealed. Where everything and nothing is revealed. So, and honestly, here's the thing that I have with this movie. It clearly wants to be a TV show. Like, I can honestly see this as like a miniseries on Hulu or something. But it wants to be a movie. And clearly it's not put together properly. Like, there are people here who are professionals. Well, mostly. Again, back to the drama. But it just feels like it could have been a miniseries, because then you could explore a lot of these things. You could explore why these characters do things. You could explore more about why this character is experiencing things. Maybe you shouldn't just throw off your characters, just introduce them and then just throw them away. It would just be better off if this was just a miniseries. So, overall, Don't Worry Darling is not a near disaster by any means, but there are so many things in this movie where I just wanted to go, man, this is awful. Man, this is bad. Again, Florence Pugh mostly saves this movie. Chris Pine does a good job, and the production design is really good for the most part. I just felt like there was underdeveloped characters, just underdeveloped storylines, underdeveloped themes, bad performances, particularly from Harry Styles. The twist was bad. The actual ending of the movie was terrible. It was slow burning. And again, I feel like this could have been something great. This could have been like a Hulu miniseries that dived into a lot of these things. And just because I agree with the messages of the movie doesn't mean I'm going to like your movie. You have to answer these questions in order to, you have to answer your questions if you're going to pose them. Like, seriously, how did you not figure that out? So, I will give Don't Worry Darling, I'm going to be nice and say I'll give it 2 out of 4 stars. Stream it. There are things that are worth watching in this movie, and there are some moments where you could laugh at it, but overall, this is just, disaster's too strong a word. Just underperformance is all. Also, I would like to note this is probably the worst theater experience I've had ever. Not ever. This is the worst theater experience I've had since the beginning of the pandemic, because people just laughed at a lot of the stuff that Harry Styles did, laughed at the stupid lines he said, the stupid faces he made, any time he yelled. My mistake to go opening night. So, what did you think of Don't Worry Darling? Also, what's your biggest disappointment of the year so far? Comment down below. Subscribe to the channel. This is Pat. Stay safe. And don't worry.